Well, I recently made a video called Siege the Castle. It's like a mini game that we made, and this is the world for that. And I just like to show off the world. It's an actual mini game, so it's got like code and stuff in. I didn't do any of the code. That was on my friend. Yeah, I would love to show off how the code works, but I don't really understand it. I can kind of briefly explain through the process. You pick your teams by going on the pressure plates, and then like auto generates like your loot and like a special team, and then it'll put you on a certain team, and then there's a bunch of spawn points that you'll go to and that kind of thing. But this is just the spawn box. This is like ages away. This is the actual map. This is the attacker spawn. That timer in the kind of middle right you see there, that goes down, and the attackers need to take that beacon over there. It kind of works as like a checkpoint system. The defenders win by timing out the attackers, and the attackers win by getting all the beacons. And there is multiple beacons. But in the actual event, I don't really get to show off all the lore stuff. Right, like a bit of a story for this world. In the lore, this is like an actual warfare. Like this is country versus country, nation versus nation kind of thing. This country, Iroh, in what is off Uncle Iroh from Avatar, not the most peaceful nation despite the guy it's taken off. They're quite close to winning the battle, but they're having internal battles at home because of this long war that they've been having, and the people are going to revolt. So that kind of instability back home might actually ruin the war for them. So it's important that they win this battle. In other words, I'm just hyping it up, and there's just a few instructions, everything I've just been through. Here's a map of the world from like a bird's eye view. It kind of goes this way, like, and this is the map of the capital. What is an extension over there, up here. So this is kind of like the first defense. This is a repeater, just fire arrows. We have a command that like removes them every once in a while, because these things cause crazy lag if you don't pick them up. There's lore for the other side. It's also bias. It's basically just the same thing. It tells you how to win, and it says if we can win this battle, this kind of last defense siege, then we can push back and the nation can recover, kind of thing. So the battle's really important. People did in the actual thing is to climb the tower, get to the top of the tower, and destroy the glass. Once destroying the glass, it'll spawn the attackers down here, and the defenders over yonder, over here. And then it's the exact same thing. They get like a 2-minute extra like time bonus once they've got up here. Then they storm this next area. Same thing. Destroy this piece of glass and continue. Oh, there's this view over here. This is like my favorite part of the world. This view here. I just think that looks so awesome. It looks really nice at sunset as well. Got a random restaurant over here. I couldn't really think of what to put down, so I was just like, put a restaurant back here. It's supposed to be like a cooker, and yeah, so it's quite self-explanatory. See, one thing that I found a bit like when making this world is, there's all this law and everything, these two nations, but the defending nation, the one who's almost lost, actually seems to be technologically superior, through all the lights and stuff, compared to, this kind of like caravel looking boat over here sort of thing that these other guys have. So these guys have electricity, these guys don't. And yet it's still a castle siege. So I'm not really sure how I incorporate that in the lore. Once this glass is destroyed, next attacker spawn is down here. This is a war. Go through here. Next defender spawn is on this boat. It's crossing hard. But the actual defense beacon's over here. So, people can always just like swim around. While in the actual event, that's what somebody did. They just jumped down and swam around and broke the glass. They did defend the glass with wall. I think they have building blocks and stuff, but yeah. After this one's destroyed, a defender spawn on this castle about here. There's some TNT supplies for the defenders and for the attackers over here. And these are quite important, seeing as though there is an Elder Guardian named Jeffrey in here. He's Jeffrey. And, you know, he'll obviously give attackers and defenders mining fatigue. He's like some cannon. I saw like Pinterest or something. We've got Vice Commander Joe over here and John Traitor. He's a traitor. He's been stabbed quite brutally in the neck. This guy's clapping along. He's like, well done, Commander. This is General Shiz for Brains. Excellent Admiral. Terrible General. His revolutionary Admiral tactics actually won a great battle. What comes into play in some other lore. And he managed to essentially win this one kind of like... He did this awesome maneuver that won like this really crucial battle and completely turned the tide of the war. But excellent Admiral, not the best General. This is the ship. I built this myself. I did see some I did kind of copy the flags and you know the oars and stuff from like this Google Chrome thing I saw. I built this one by myself. I tried. This is General Shizobrain's quarters. As you can see, he's got maps and stuff of the area. My friend built this down in the brig. It's pretty cool. Here is the brig. We've got yeah, not very humane conditions back here, but oh god, this is gonna lag out the world. But this is like a okay. You saw lots of arrows. Yeah, so this is the castle. You know, the build up. Go through the gate. Over here, there's a bit of a gate trap. You know, there's it is basically a death room down here. If you have a look inside, yeah. So the attackers go through the pretty self-explanatory. They kind of have to. It's a bit awkward, this area. I did this on purpose. You know, they gotta. And then once they're in the interior, they can climb up here. There are some totems here for people to grab. They get up this way, or they go over the top. They get up this way and destroy the beacon up here. This castle took quite a while. I had some help from my friends building this as well. I built most of it though, but they did help me copy out some towers on other sides. But yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. It's pretty cool. This is Jimmy the Archer at the back. He kindly left these doors undefended. I can't be bothered to build a death trap at the back, and this is my excellent excuse. Corporal Jimmy the Archer is quite incompetent. This is my my great forest, by which I mean I built one custom tree and then copied them all out because I wanted to play the event by a certain day and I couldn't be bothered to build all the trees. Another wagon I saw on Pinterest. I blatantly copied this out. It looks really cool though. It's like the Stardew Valley one. Familiar milkman. Familiar milkman. When to get the milk. I'm very funny. And this is it's the the main city here. I designed this gate over here, this front gate, and the towers as well. I quite enjoyed using these bookshelves. It's like windows. Never really done that before. So let's get a big view of the area. So this is kind of like the castle. Pretty cool view. You need to siege this place real quick. So you go through here, and then you just go to the top, and then break the beacon up top here. It's pretty cool. I noticed this when I was building. The next beacon's over here. Oh, by the way, the next attacker spawn is over here next to the carriage. And the defender spawn is up here. Gate over here. This is I built all of this kind of town area. I saw this. I've been watching this like build on YouTuber recently, and I saw him like use these flags, and I just like for like a Tudor-looking house full of flags, designs and stuff, and I just thought it looked really cool. So I one here. There ain't nothing in here. Yeah. So castle gate back here is a Christmas tree, but I don't know how to remove these entities. So yeah. Here's John Renovator. You know, these houses weren't renovated for a reason. This house does have an interior, and that is for a reason. So yeah, I got a carriage. Miss Robinson's Bakery. Ooh, why should poison in here? Why should I got poison in here? Jukebox. Oh, this is a diary. So remember how I mentioned General Schussverbrains before? This guy, in this massive battle, when these guys were winning, this enemy nation of the Siegen, when they were winning the war 2 years ago, there was a battle of a battle called the Battle of Wavebreak, and that is because during the battle, excellent Admiral Schussverbrains, he pushed through all the ranks and he managed to maneuver himself around 100 ships. Yeah. And guess who was in this battle? Miss Robinson's husband and sons, who were dressed up in a trench coat and managed to get in the war. And they both died. A very horrific death to General Schussverbrains' excellent maneuver. So you think Miss Robinson, she would she would blame the enemies for this. She would double down on her patriotism, but no, she blamed her nation, her home nation, for this, and because the battle was really unnecessary. I mean, they didn't have to do that, I guess. So, in a twist of fate, she ends up becoming a secret informant. And she delivers maps to the person who killed her husband and kids. Ooh. So there's like a chute for like maps down here. Then, on the other side of this... Oh, this is her husband's armor, her late husband's armor. Pretty sad. And on the other side of this, look, secret chute. And this is where these guys get their messages from. You know, that sailors sneaky boat around here, get someone like in a black cloak to pick up the map, and then deliver it back to Admiral Schussverbrains. This is the marketplace. I couldn't really build. I just wanted to build some stalls, to be honest. And then the next defender spawn is actually back here. Horses. Very cool. So yeah, I built this area, and it was like, oh wait, one sec. See this massive gatehouse here? Yeah, I didn't build this. This is my friend. He's really good at building. So he built this. Kind of like added in the sides over here. So all these stalls, and all these stalls you can get something. You can nick things from them. For example, you got a golden apple over here, a mace, crossbow over here. An enchantment book over here that you can go over to an anvil over yonder to enchant the mace with. I believe there's like density 3 on that or something. There's potions here, just lots of potions you can take. And this is supposed to be like a fortune telling kind of thing. And, just here's the castle. Well, the first part of the castle. Here's lots of end rods here. Oh, here's I thought I was a genius, but unfortunately you can't really see him too well. And once this beacon is destroyed, the go for here. This is the throne room. Kind kind of last objective is to kill King Bob over here. Kill King Bob. And the defender spawn, if you look carefully, is actually back there. They kind of got to like trapdoor themselves through here. It's just a safe spot kind of thing where they can spawn in, quickly attack. But the attacker spawn is right here, so it's like, you know, they got to really hold out this last area for a bit. It's like, kind of reminds me of Plant. And then when King Bob is dead, it'll say like, it'll come up on the screen like attackers win, or if the timer goes out, it'll say defenders win. And yeah, that's the map. Let me just, there's one more thing. He's chess areas. We got Carlson Magnus over here. Here's some like thing that I wrote. Gonna have a read of that. They're like the whole nation's vacation. The nation's very intertwined with chess and culturally. So, just a bunch of yap. If you want to read it, you can. Pause the video. Yeah, that's the world. This all started out just building us this castle back there, and then you know, some friends helped the world. It all started off just to this castle here, and I was like, okay, I like where this is going. So I expanded a bit. I did this. And I was like, wait, wouldn't it be really cool if I had a castle back there? And then at that point I was like, okay, let's make this map into something kind of interesting. Thanks for watching. So yeah. There's the home button.